Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I'm just about to head to the pitch and get a full individual training session in. Today's session's mainly focused around fitness work, so a lot of conditioning stuff with and without the ball. So I'm going to show you everything I do for that. I'm going to be actually tracking my data today using one of these. If you're unfamiliar with it, this is a GPS tracking device. You might have seen some professional players in their training sessions wearing these vests, and those vests actually track their data. So the club gathers that information to help see progression in their fitness, in their speed, agility and things like that. So I'm going to be tracking my data from today's session and then sharing it with you at the end. But I'm just going to show you what this is, so let's take a look inside. So this is the Soccer Smart Coach from Player by Catapult. So it comes in a pretty sleek looking box, as you can see. And on the top of the box you can see it's got like this football pitch design. But inside, this is the contents. So this little chip here is what gathers all of your data. So you're actually going to put this into the vest. So this is the vest, very lightweight, so you're not really going to feel it. You can wear it either on top of your t-shirt or you can wear it underneath. So you can actually wear these in matches if you want to get your match data too. Got this little compartment. That's where you're going to stick the chip. We're going to get into this a lot later on in the video. After the training session, I'm going to share all the data and we'll talk about it in detail and some other cool features about the app. But let's get over to the training pitch. I love having the pitch all to myself because I can just set up everything I need. Alright, so just going to pop the SmartPod into the device. So I guess you got to put the logo downwards facing. Put it in here. Put that back together. And apparently, as soon as I start moving, it just starts recording. So you don't have to do anything. It does it all for you. So this is what today's session looks like. I'll put it on the screen. So we're doing a warm-up and activation, which I'll do here. So I'm going to use the resistance band as well. Then I'm going to go into a little bit of ball mastery, just a simple cone weave through these cones I've got set up over here. Then I'm going to do a few fast feet exercises. First, just to get the coordination down through the ladder. Then I'm going to do them through the cones with a little bit of an acceleration. Then I'm going to go into my main drills because I should be warm by then. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of speed and agility with and without the ball, a bit of change of direction. And then I'm going to go into a Ronaldo speed test. And then we're going to end with a full pitch fitness drill at the end. That's going to be a killer. A lot of touches on the ball still, but mainly working on our conditioning today. So it's going to be good. We're going to get some really good data from this as well, especially because we're going to be using the entire pitch and then we'll cool down and stretch at the end. So let's get into it. Spoke a bit too soon about having the pitch all to myself. It's turned into a zoo now. Looks like everyone's trying to beat the heat as well. But warmed up now, so I'm going to get into a few more dynamic exercises. First with the ball, bit of mastery through the cones here, using all the different surface areas of my feet, just get it warmed up. And then get some fast feet and coordination through the ladder. And then I'm going to do some more fast feet, a little bit more dynamic with an acceleration through the gate. And then I should be really warmed up, ready to go into my main drills. And it's going to be an absolute burner.
So definitely warm now. Got everything I need to prepare for my main drills. That's good stuff. That's a workout in itself, to be fair. So moving into the first of the main drills now. It's the T agility drill. You've probably seen this one before. So we've got a gate here, then it's 10 steps out to that middle cone, then either side of that cone 5 steps to place those 2 cones. So this is the course. You sprint out, change direction, sprint out to the wing, and all the way across to the opposite side, back to the middle, back to the start. Then we're going to get the ball out of feet, dribble it out, do the exact same course, and then that's 1 repetition. We're going to do 4 of those in total. So we're going to do 2 reps starting without the ball and 2 reps starting with the ball, so 4 in total. So that's 1 rep. I'll rest for about 30 seconds and we've got 3 more of those to do. Wow, that's tough. Really important to work on that, fatiguing the legs and then doing something technical. Because in a match, you're not going to be fresh every time you're dribbling, every time you're shooting. Sometimes you might have just done a 40-yard sprint and you're still expected to produce. So doing this kind of work on heavy legs is only going to improve your control, improve your technical ability. So in the last 10 minutes of a 90-minute match, you're still effective on the ball. We're going to rest here couple of minutes because that was definitely a burner. Get some more water and we have another similar drill but more zigzaggy this time. From this gate, 7 steps out to that cone, 7 steps, 45 degrees to that cone, another 7 steps for that final cone. We're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go out without the ball, so change the direction, making sure we're getting nice and low around those corners, short steps, really pushing that ground away, get around the end cone and then come back to the start, pick up the ball, do the exact same course around the end cone, back to the start. That's 1 rep. We're just going to do 3 for this one, and then for the final drill that involves the goal, we're going to do 2 reps. So start with 4, down to 3, then to 2, and then we're going to finish with our fitness drill. So let's go. Wow, as you can see, fatigue is definitely starting to creep in here. Touches aren't as clean. We're gonna keep powering through. 2 more of those. Ooh. Legs feel like jelly. Right, let's get a water break. We've got another drill. Okay, so moving into the final drill without the ball before we end with some fitness. We're going to do the Ronaldo speed test. I'm sure you guys have seen this one on my channel before. It's definitely one of my favorite drills. So what we do is we start in this box here. So this is a box surrounding the penalty spot, back facing the 18-yard line, on your toes, turn. It's an acceleration without the ball, and you pick up the ball in between these cones, dribble out to this side. As you can see, it's on the edge of the D, the first gate. Next D is right on the edge where the 18-yard meets the curve. Then you do a figure of 8 through those two cones, all the way across. Got another gate, placed exactly the same on the opposite side, through that gate, and it's back up to the top, dribble through the gate, and you got a finish. And I've put 2 cones, probably about 3 steps in from the post. They're gonna be my target zones. I'm just gonna be trying to place it with the inside of my foot, especially when my legs are fatigued. You should be going for accuracy over power. I'm only gonna do this twice. We've definitely got a lot of work on the legs already, but just wanted to involve the ball a little bit more, a bit more acceleration, and then a couple finishes on goal. So 2 reps, that's it. My legs literally feel like they've got 100-kilogram weights in them, but this is where it's really important, as I've already mentioned. At the end of a match, when your legs are really heavy, can you still produce technically? You can work on your technique all the time, but if you're getting tired, you're not going to be disciplined with your technique, and you're not going to be able to execute efficiently. So this is where fitness comes in. This is why being fit is so important. Not only to be able to run around the pitch, but also to produce technically when your legs are tired. So we're going to rest here for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to get into the final exercise, which is a full field fitness drill. So I'll explain that in a second. I'm going to wear my watch for this one and time 10 minutes. That's how long it's going to be. Changing tempo all the time. That's more specific for football. You're not always in one gear in football. You're changing speeds. We're not going to be sprinting in this one. It's going to be all cardio. We want to be working that cardiovascular system, aerobic. So we want to be taking in oxygen. We're not sprinting because that's anaerobic. You start at any corner. We're going to jog slowly along the goal line here, all the way to the opposite side. This is going to be the slowest pace, probably about 50% of your max. And then once you reach the corner flag on the opposite side, it's a slightly faster jog, probably around 60% up into the 18-yard box. When you meet the corner of the 18-yard, still at 60%, you're going to open it out a little bit, get up to about 70, 75%. And once you reach the opposite 18-yard box, the corner, you're going to slow it back down to about 60%. Then once you hit the corner of the opposite side, that's when you're getting your recovery back to that 50% along the back line, and then you're going to repeat it. And you're just going to go for 10 minutes, just continuously changing speeds all the time. And it's going to be a really good cardio workout, so feel free to give this one a go. So I'm just going to start my watch. 10 minutes, off we go. So that's one lap, almost a minute 30. Let's keep going. Almost there. Minute left. So 10 minutes 01. Just did just under 2 miles, 1.94. Heart rate max was 176, so we definitely got it up there. But that's a really good run, very football specific, because you're covering the whole pitch and you're also changing speed, which is very football specific. You're never running at one constant speed for 90 minutes. You're always changing gears. Sometimes you're walking, sometimes you're jogging, sometimes you're sprinting. So it's good to replicate that in your training as well. This is how you get football fit, match fit. But yeah, really good session. Gonna cool down now, get a good stretch in, and then we'll get home and we'll check out the player data and see how we did.
Alright, so I'm back home now, so I'm going to synchronize the SmartPod with the app, have a look at the data and see how I can use those insights to improve my game. So what you have to do is go into the app and then you put the SmartPod back on the charging dock and you pretty much click one button and it will organize all of the information for you into the app, so it's really easy to read. So once you're in the app and it's synchronized the data from the session, you can get a general overview if you just want quick data knowing how long you trained for, the distance covered and things like that. But if you want to look at the session in a lot more detail, all you need to do is click more details and you can actually get into the session and look at very specific breakdowns. So as you can see, we trained for 98 minutes today, so a little bit over the length of a normal football match, but that does take into consideration rest periods as well. And as we can see, the distance covered in the training session was 5.75 kilometers. And one of my favorite things about the app, you can see just above the distance, you can see a target. And this target is tailored specifically to you. So everybody's target is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be based on your age, your gender, your position, and also your match schedule. So you can actually upload your match schedule to the calendar, then it tailors the training session based on your next match. So it's not going to make you run 5 kilometers the day before a match. It's always going to fine tune it based on your specific needs. And I think that's really good. And these targets are actually set by elite Premier League coaches. So these are coaches that work with the highest level players in the game, so you can actually trust these metrics and know you're staying on track. So that's one of my favorite things about the app. Then if we scroll down, we can actually get 5-minute breakdowns. So this is really interesting because you can see where in the training sessions I was covering more distance. So you can see for the majority of the session I was covering smaller distances. That was with the accelerations with and without the ball, the diagonal drill, the T agility drill, and the Ronaldo speed test. Then at the end of the session when I did my long distance cardio drill, you can see there I covered a lot more distance there. But it's actually quite interesting to see. You can see the first 5 minutes of my cardio drill, I covered a lot more distance than the last 5 minutes. So that's great data for me to look at, knowing where I need to improve on. The first 5 minutes was pretty strong, but the next 5 minutes wasn't as strong. So if I can build on that, that's going to show my fitness is improving. Then if we scroll down a bit further, we can look at the heat map to see where exactly on the pitch we spent most of our time. So that's represented here with the orangey red color. So that's where I did the short sharp drills, so the accelerations with and without the ball. And then you can see kind of that hourglass shape almost, and that's where I did the fitness. So that's really interesting to see. It would be really cool if I wore this in a match, and it would be really insightful to see where I spent most of the time during a match. So not only can this app help you improve physically, but maybe even tactically with your position. You can see if you're spending a lot of time out of position. You can see if you're a winger and you're spending too much time towards the middle of the pitch and you need to be getting wider. It's going to reflect that in the app, so it can show you what position you were on the pitch throughout the game. So that's really interesting stuff too. So this is the data that I'm interested in from today's session that's going to help me track and improve my fitness. But you can also look at metrics for your top speed, your power, and your sprint distance. So if you want to improve in those areas, you can get the same detailed breakdown for that. I'll definitely be using this for a speed session in the future. I did use the Playertech device, which was Catapult's previous model, and I actually have the data from the previous app. So you can see there's a few differences here with the Playertech app and the Player app, I think they've made a huge upgrade with the player, a lot more detailed information that's going to help you improve. But we can see here with the Playertech app, I did 7 training sessions. My top speed calculated through the Playertech was 20 miles per hour, which is about 32 kilometers per hour, a little bit more. So that's going to be really interesting information. I'll definitely use this in a speed session. That's something I'm always looking to improve as well. So if you're taking on some kind of power training session, or if you're taking on a training program that's designed to increase your speed, you can actually track your data through the app and see if that's having an effect on your performance. So I'll definitely be using that in the future for my speed sessions, and I'll share that information with you guys. But another great thing about the app, not only is it going to help you on the pitch increase your physical performance, but it can help you off the pitch. There's so many great tips you'll find in the app that's going to help you with your recovery, with your nutrition. It can actually give you training drills as well, so if you need ideas for your training session. So as you can see, it actually gives you drill suggestions. So we've got the zigzag dribbling drill, probably similar to the one I did today. And it actually gives you a duration of how long you should do that for. It gives you the intensity, which says it's a medium. And then it also gives you tips on how to set it up. So it says use 7 cones and how to actually go around the course as well. So I think for you guys out there who train individually, maybe you're not training with your teams right now, but you're still looking to improve, this can be a great device for you to track your progress and actually see improvements in your performance. Unfortunately, it can't help you with your technical ability. It can't track that for you. That's something that's a bit more subjective. But in terms of your physical game, your speed, your stamina, and those physical attributes, you can see actual tangible improvements in those areas to know that you're making progress. So I think for you players out there who are serious about elevating your game, looking to play at the next level, this can be a great device for you if you use it correctly. So I really appreciate Catapult sending this out to me. It's something I'm definitely going to be using in my sessions to track my progress and improve my game. If you guys are interested in learning more about the player, make sure you look in the description box below. I'm going to leave a link there which will take you over to Catapult's website. You can learn more about it and you can actually pick up one for yourselves. But I really enjoyed testing it out today. I can't wait to get to know it more. I'm sure there's plenty of other features that the app has that can help you elevate your game, and I'm looking forward to discovering those. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button for weekly training videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.